If you ever need to keep a WhatsApp conversation as a record, one that's hard to alter and easy to verify later, the way you save it matters. I'll show you how. Quick note up front. This is general information about file preservation, not legal advice for your specific situation. Let's define the goal clearly. A tamper-evident record is one where, if someone changed it, you'd be able to tell. That's different from tamper-proof. Almost nothing is truly tamper-proof. Tamper-evident just means alterations leave traces. Now, the casual ways people save WhatsApp chats are not tamper-evident at all. A screenshot is just an image, pixels. Anyone with basic photo editing can change the text, the names, the timestamps, and there's nothing in the file that reveals the edit. Copy-pasting the text into a document is even weaker. It's just editable text in a document you can change freely. Even WhatsApp's own export has a subtlety. The export gives you a zip containing a plain text file and a media folder. That text file is, by itself, editable. It's just text. So if all you keep is the loose text file, someone could in principle open it and change a line. What makes a record more tamper-evident is a combination of things. Keeping the original unmodified export zip exactly as WhatsApp produced it, generating a stable document like a PDF from it, recording when and how that document was generated, and ideally computing a cryptographic hash of the original zip so you can prove later that the file hasn't changed. A hash is like a fingerprint of a file. Change a single character in the file, and the fingerprint changes completely. If you record the hash when you first save the file, anyone can recompute it later and confirm the file is identical to the original. None of this requires special software for the basic version. Let me walk through a practical workflow that gets you most of the way there. Step 1. Export the chat from WhatsApp and do not modify the zip. On Android, open the chat, 3 dots, More, Export Chat, Include Media. On iPhone, open the chat, tap the contact name, scroll down, Export Chat, Attach Media. Save the resulting zip somewhere safe and, critically, don't unzip it, don't rename the contents, don't edit anything inside it. The unmodified zip is your source of truth. Step 2. Record a hash of that zip. On a Mac, open Terminal and type SHA-SUM -a 256. Then drag the zip file into the terminal window and press Enter. On Windows, open PowerShell and type getFileHash then the path to the zip. Either way, you'll get a long string of letters and numbers. That's the SHA-256 hash, the fingerprint of your file. Write it down. Save it somewhere separate from the file itself, in a note, in an email to yourself, wherever. The point is, you've now recorded what the file's fingerprint was at this moment in time. Step 3. Generate a stable, readable document from the zip. Open ChatToPdf.app, drop the unmodified zip on it, and let it produce a PDF. The PDF is the human-readable version, paginated, searchable, with every message, timestamp, and sender preserved from the original export. Keep both, the original zip with its recorded hash and the PDF generated from it. Together, these form a record where, if anyone questions it later, you can recompute the hash of the zip to show it hasn't changed, and you can show the PDF as the readable rendering of that exact file. If someone altered the zip, the hash wouldn't match. That's what tamper-evident means in practice. Let me show the conversion part more concretely. After you've recorded the hash, open ChatToPdf.app in any browser. Drag the unmodified zip onto the drop zone. The site reads the zip, parses the chat text into structured messages, links the media back to the messages, and renders a preview. Critically, it doesn't alter your original zip. It reads a copy and produces a new, separate PDF document. Your source zip stays exactly as it was, byte for byte, with its hash intact. This separation is the whole point. The zip is your evidence-grade source. The PDF is the human-readable presentation derived from it. You never edit the zip, you never edit the PDF. If you ever need to make a change, say you only want to share part of the chat, you don't edit either file. You go back to the original, produce a fresh redacted version, and note that it's a derived copy. The originals stay pristine. For a record you might share formally, pick the clean document style rather than the chat bubble style. Clean document gives you a neutral, paginated layout that reads like a proper document, easier for someone else to review, print, or file. It shows each message with its sender name and the original timestamp, in strict chronological order, with nothing rearranged. Pick a tier that fits your chat size. Larger tiers handle longer chats and add features like voice note transcription, which can matter if your record includes spoken messages you want rendered as text. Pay once, no subscription. The PDF generates, and you download it. Now you keep it alongside your original zip and your recorded hash. 3 artifacts together: the source zip, its SHA-256 hash written down separately, and the readable PDF derived from the zip. That trio is your tamper-evident record. Here's the resulting document. Page 1, a header with the date range, message count, and participants. Then the full conversation, page by page, in order. Every timestamp as it was in the original export. Every sender named. Photos inline, voice notes referenced. It's fully searchable. Now, the verification chain, which is the part that makes this tamper-evident. If anyone ever needs to confirm this record is genuine, you provide the original zip. They recompute the SHA-256 hash of it themselves, using the same simple command. They compare it to the hash you recorded at the time you saved it. If the 2 hashes match, the file is provably unaltered since the moment you recorded it. If even one character had been changed, the hashes would be completely different. That's how hashing works. Then the PDF is simply the readable view of that verified file. You've made something that's hard to quietly change, because any change to the source instantly breaks the hash, and the broken hash is the evidence of tampering. On privacy, the zip you upload is processed into a PDF, you download it, and the file is removed shortly after. No training, no human review. And to be clear once more, this video explains a technical preservation workflow. Whether a record like this is useful or accepted for any particular purpose depends entirely on your jurisdiction and your situation, and you should talk to a qualified professional in your country about that. I'm describing how files work, not what any institution will accept. A few FAQs. Does the PDF itself carry the hash? No. You record the hash of the source zip separately, and that recorded hash is the verifiable artifact. Can I add a digital signature? Yes, you can sign the PDF with standard PDF signing tools afterward if you want an extra layer of authenticity. Where should I store the 3 artifacts? Somewhere durable and backed up, and ideally store the hash in a different place from the files, so the record of what the fingerprint was is independent of the files themselves. What if I lose the original zip? Then you lose the strongest part of the verification, so back it up carefully. That's how to keep a WhatsApp chat as a tamper-evident record. Link in the description. Code VOICE25 for 25% off any tier. Subscribe for new tutorials every Tuesday and Friday. And remember, general information, not legal advice.